The Paritz lost his patience, and he sent a few of his goons to go and really rough up the place. It was on Shabbos Hagadol, Shabbos before Pesach. So they start throwing around the cholent, they threw it all over the place, they turned over the chairs and broke everything in sight. It really made a real churban. Okay, good luck everybody. Thank you for joining in the flesh. Thank you for being here. This is Tzir Alf Nisan, so the birthday of the Rebbe, and
Birthday close.
What?
Everyone's birthday. Unless you do
Choli's like a birthday.
Everyone's birthday.
Very good, Hanan. And then it's also right after Shabbos Hagadol, so we're going to say a story about Shabbos Hagadol, about certain Shabbos Hagadol, a very nice story. Welcome to the Prayer Playard YouTube channel and podcast. Let's make it happen. Okay, so there was the tzaddik of Avram Yaakov of Sadiger on the night of searching for the chametz. He would say this story. In one of the towns near Kolbasov, there was a Jew who would rent an inn from the local parts, and that's how he was supposed to make his money. And he wasn't doing well, and so he didn't have enough money. Forget about even for his own, for his own livelihood, but he couldn't pay the parts, and the parts kept on warning him. But his situation didn't change, so he couldn't pay. So the parts lost his patience, and he sent a few of his goons to go and really rough up the place. So they come in and they start throwing. It was on Shabbos. It was on Shabbos Hagadol, Shabbos before Pesach. So they start throwing around the cholent. They threw it all over the place. They turned over the chairs and the table and broke everything in sight. It really made a real churban in the house, in the inn.
That's definitely a good way to make sure that he has future business. He could go ahead and pay his rent.
Right. It's definitely if he wants it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? He can't pay me, so I'll make sure that any means of income.
Right. That's an effective way to help him expand his business and pay his rent.
It's also very effective when you throw them in the dungeon, right?
Yeah, well, at least you free up the inn. Just thinking about it, right?
That's very funny. So basically, so he's very obviously in a very not happy mood. The entire family is there sitting shiva practically on their situation, and he can't handle it. He says, "You know what? I'm going to go to Kolbasov, which is a town right next to his, to hear the drasha from the Rav. At least if there's nothing happening at home, I can't have any happiness over here. I'll go and get my mind off things." So he goes to hear the drasha of the Rav. Now the Rav in Kolbasov then was Kolbasov. I think that's
the name of the town. Kolbasov.
Yeah. Kolbasov is the town that is the city that he lived nearby. The town he lived in. He lived in a town near Kolbasov, which was, I guess, a bigger city. And the Rav there was Avram Yeshua Heschel, Rebbe Avram Yeshua Heschel, who later on became known as the Abder Rav, also called the Oyev Yisrael. And he comes to Shul, and the Rav was already giving a drasha. And he was speaking about the idea of, there's two brachas we say. There's a bracha we say, Goal Yisrael, that's right before Shemoneh Esrei. We say Hashem redeemed in past tense the Jewish people. And there's a bracha we say when we're in the middle of Shemoneh Esrei, which is Goal Yisrael, that Hashem is redeeming the Jew. So the Goal Yisrael, which is past tense, is talking about when we went out of Mitzrayim, when Hashem redeemed us for the first time. And Goal Yisrael talks about the redemption that a Jew has at every point in his life. The constant redemption that Hashem will give to all the Jewish people. And he said, and that even includes a Jew who maybe can't pay his rent, and the Parit sent goons to mess up his place, and he has nothing, and it seems like he has no way out. Even to that person, we say Goal Yisrael, that Hashem will take him out of his situation and redeem him. So when he hears this, he's very happy. He realizes that this is exactly his situation. And he goes home and he keeps on saying, the Rav said Goel Yisrael. He's practically dancing. Goes all the way home and he comes home, and even when he's home, the entire he was in such a poor situation, and the Rav was talking directly to him, that he was, visibly very happy. And meanwhile, the Paritz had sent some people to see how he's doing now. Right? He messed him up in the morning, and now he comes to see what's he doing about it. And he gets a report back that this guy's dancing. He's happy, and he's saying, the Rav said whatever, some weird words in Hebrew. The rabbi said this. So they say apparently he went crazy. So the Paritz realizes with threats he's not going to get anything. So he calls the Jew. He tells them to summon the Jew, and the Jew goes to him, and he's like, oh, what's going to happen now? But he remembered what the Rav said, that Goel Yisrael, that Hashem's going to help him. So he goes, and the Paritz says, tell me, why are you such a lo yutzlach? Why can't you succeed in anything? You can't you don't have enough money for yourself. You can't pay me. So this Jew says, listen, what do you want from me? What can I do? So the Paritz says, listen, I'm going to give you credit. I'm going to write you a letter for credit in the nearby places, the places where you can go and buy alcohol, right? Wholesale. You're going to go buy, you're going to sell, and you're going to take the money and, buy, do business. And I want you to be able to, with that money, hopefully you'll be able to have money for yourself and also to pay me. And so that's what happened. He lent him the money. And he, in the short time between Shabbos HaGadol and Pesach, he already was able to, make a few business dealings where he made enough money to pay the Paritz and also to have livelihood for himself. And he also money that he put in a certain amount of money that he put into a little pekala, and he brought it to the Rav, and he said, Rav, I brought you Goel Yisrael money. So anyway, that's the story about this Jew's personal Yitzias Mitzrayim, this Jew's personal going out of exile, his exodus. We should experience our own personal Yitzias Mitzrayim, and we should also experience the ultimate redemption very, very soon to experience miracles in our lives. Thank you everybody for joining. A good tvach, a kasher for Elechem Pesach. We love you. All right.
Did you say that?
This is a Hakel event.
She hates it.